2018 from the Axiata Arena. Officials walking on court, as you can see, for the start of the women's singles final. It should be a thriller. TAI Tzu Ying against Ratchanok INTANON. Here's how the draw has panned out. TAI Tzu Ying, the world number one, seeded one, taken to 3 sets by Carolina Marin in that epic semi-final yesterday. INTANON also needed 3 sets to get past Yamaguchi, the second
Ladies
seed.
and gentlemen, next match on center court. Women's singles final. TAI Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei. And her opponent, Ratchanok INTANON, Thailand.
Well, this could be an absolutely epic matchup. INTANON is tied to be number one ranked in singles. That's back in April of 2016. She's now 5 in the world. Here's the toss.
Para berproses yang akan datang, dilarang menggunakan flash fotografi dan akhirnya mengganggu konsentrasi pemain. Kerjasama Anda amat dihargai. Terima kasih. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not use flash photography. It distracts the player's concentration. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Thank you.
TAI Tzu Ying has been number one for over a year. Her father introduced her to the sport many years ago as a firefighter, in fact, Chinese Taipei, and also involved in the administration of the sport. Last year she had that epic 27-match unbeaten run, which saw her win 5 tournaments. That's how she's got this far. That match against Carolina Marin was a classic. Also went 3 games in the first round against Sonia Chia, Malaysia. INTANON, as you say, down at 5 now, but she had a knee injury in the early part of last year, which kept her out of a few events. Her first international title, just 14 years of age. Amazing to think that was 8 years ago. It's been tough for her in this competition. 3 games, the second round quarters and semis. Real battle with Kirsty Gilmore.
Ready to play? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Ratchanok INTANON, Thailand. And on my left, TAI Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei. Ratchanok INTANON, serve, love all, play.
20th meeting between these two. They know each other's game so well. Oh, miscue. Complete miscue by Intanon.
1-love.
Even when you've played in as many finals as she has, might be a few nerves around. It makes the point, I think.
Service over. 1-all. Service over. 2-1.
Always drifting wide, that one. Intanon knew she didn't have to play it.
3-1.
That one mistake, that was just caught the edge of the line. That one was wide.
Service over. 2-3.
17 individual titles Intanon has won. Too much power in the TAI Tzu Ying shot for Intanon to handle. Well, she might have second thoughts about neutralising the high serve after that. Dispatched by her opponent, almost dismissively.
Service over. 5-3.
TAI Tzu Ying last year. Her victories included the All England Open, huge event, Malaysia Open as well. Beautifully played into the open court.
Service over. 4-5.
The tactical battle will be interesting.
Service over. 6-4.
Drew in the tie there, Ying. Able just to pass her with the winner. It's a bit tame though.
Service over. 5-6.
Almost get the feeling it's a feeling out process in the early stages here between these two. Probably the best rally we've had. Just wasn't enough on that. And from mid-court, TAI Tzu Ying did the necessary. A little cushion for the world number one. Unerringly accurate again. Stranded there in mid-court, Intanon. Well, that's a good response. She's going to have to impose herself on her opponent if she's going to have a chance here, because TAI Tzu Ying, aggressive player. That was out though. And she gets a sniff that Intanon is being overly defensive, could well capitalise. Back to 9-7 though. Somewhat surprising that the majority of the rally so far, I've been pretty sure yesterday, both these women's semis, we were having some monster rallies, especially in the Intanon game. Nice piece of deception from the Thai. So a narrow advantage for TAI Tzu Ying as they go to the interval. Has done some damage in this game already. TAI Tzu Ying overhead. on.
Service over. 11-12.
Yeah, very neatly judged.
12-all.
It's such a relaxed hitting style, Intanon. She moves so well across the court. She's got it back level at 12 all. And now she's got her opponent miscuing.
12.
His arm on that. Oh, what she did.
Service over.
She knew as soon as she hit that, it's going to drift wide. And there's been no more than a point or two in it right the way through this first game so far. Expect that from the TAI. Bold choice of shot.
Service over. 14-all.
Wasn't perfectly balanced when she struck that. You can see it there perfectly. It's good. Realization dawned on TAI Tzu Ying. So, Intanon, 15-14. Trying to keep things as tight as she can, and that will not help the cause.
Service over.
So, errors of judgment from both women in the last 2 points. And the old adage, any doubt you must play it. Nothing like a handy net cord when you need one in a tight first game to call the pace off the shuttle. Well, there's a bit of venom in that from TAI Tzu Ying.
Service over. 16-all.
That wasn't coming back. It was on to Intanon before she knew it, really. Had enough on the smash so that her opponent couldn't control it.
17.
But it really snip and tuck. We'll change the shuttle. could be a costly error. It's fair to say neither of these women have been at their best this week. Seen flashes of brilliance, sure, but uncharacteristic errors from both. Doesn't matter as long as you win the title. And Intanon just 2 points away from landing this opening game. Does create excellent angles when she's close to the net. Oh, and a little net cord in there, which helped the cause. Yeah, just a flick at that moment. TAI Tzu Ying knew the point was lost. Now, 4 game points. Just needed the one. 21 points to 16. She came on strong in the latter part of that game. It had been very, very level up to that point. But Intanon got stronger towards the back end, whereas TAI Tzu Ying started to struggle a bit. 16 minutes it took, 21-16. Oh, a tad fortunate there. Wasn't the best serve in the world. And between them, these two women have played several 3-game matches this tournament. It wouldn't be at all surprising if this went the same way. Convinced it was going long and then changed their mind rather late in the piece. Briefly thought about a challenge. TAI Tzu Ying changed her mind. it would have been fruitless. That's more like it. He doesn't have to hit the line. Such power on those overheads. And she connects as sweetly as that. Even with a decent angle. Likely to be too much for Intanon to cope with. Thought about trickling over, decided to stay on Intanon's side. Again. Four points in a row for the world number one. Just by a whisker missed that. It was mighty close. But not close enough. Wide and long. Just seems to have lost the concentration briefly. Intanon. Just unforced errors, but now errors of judgment as well from the TAI. Well, she's found her A game here. Intanon can't cope at the moment. Stops the rock, but still trying to make up. points here for Intanon, but not doing a great deal. Suddenly it's TAI Tzu Ying. He's just faltering a touch. That was well in though. I think she knew she got the serve wrong, she was just hoping. Set that up really well, and it's 11-8 as they go for the interval. One of the few times where Intanon's been has given TAI Tzu Ying the run around. Certainly in this particular game. Well, I thought it was more like a self-defense class than a badminton match at the start of that rally. He got the serve all wrong, amazingly stayed in it, and then went long. you don't coach it from that position. That was amazing. Didn't help her though in the long run. Yeah, she's really getting the run around now, Intanon. Just about still in this game. Ratchanok INTANON. Challenge, but well out. It was probably just had a breather, I would guess. turn that was.
Service over.
I don't think anyone was expecting that, least of all Intanon. Just at the last minute, angled the racket head with great effect. Clever.
Service over. 12-15. Service over. 16-12.
Well, I think there was one that would have definitely have gone out had Intanon left it. In the end, it was her opponent who did that, and is now just 4 points away from levelling up the match at 17-12. Well, you can't place a shuttlecock any better than that.
19-12.
Intanon wants it changed, but it's not going to help her. Unless something quite dramatic happens, we're going to a deciding game. It's a challenge.
TAI Tzu Ying.
Straight away from Tai Tzu Ying. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a good challenge too.
Correction out. So 20. Game point 12. Left.
8 game points for the woman from Chinese Taipei.
Service
Almost
over.
certainly just delaying the inevitable here.
20.
Just a fraction wide.
Left. Game.
So fairly convincingly, very convincingly really, 21-14.
TAI Tzu Ying.
Tai Tzu Ying takes that second game,
1 game.
and the women's title is going to be decided by a third game here, with Tai Tzu Ying looking a stronger player now. issue. Right foot. Might just be blisters. I think it's overly serious. Doctors charging onto the court.
Yes. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Put the plaster.
You have to stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding. This plaster.
Okay, sure. Okay, it's okay, I guess.
So the coach continues for Intanon whilst her opponent gets a bit of treatment on that foot.
The doctor will take it for you this time, okay? Okay, do it quickly, okay?
It might be the big toe that's causing the problem, I'm not sure. Anyhow, it's not going to be enough to stop her carrying on for sure. Touch gingerly. He's back on court.
Final game. Left on. Black.
We hardly saw any of those in the second game.
1 love. Service over. 1 all.
So hard to try and second guess the way this third game's going to go. No doubt she's been the aggressor in this final. We've had some occasional brilliance from Ratchanok INTANON, but generally it's been TAI Tzu Ying who's been the forcing player. She made too many errors in the first game, much better in the second. Buried that as well. He really hasn't missed many, at least not lately.
3-all.
Yeah, just flicked the end of
4-3.
TAI Tzu Ying's racket. That was almost in slow motion, languid style.
Ratchanok INTANON challenges
Shuttle came off perfectly. Almost like it was a kind of practice swing. No questions in.
challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 4-all. Play.
That is really wild.
Service over. 5-4.
Strange one, that. Guess the miss is as good as a mile, but just might sow a few seeds of self-doubt after that. And straight on the offensive, sensing that is Intanon.
6-4.
Oh, she's back in the groove.
Service over. 5-6.
Kind of apology. Accepted. Never know if you really mean it when you do that. You just want the point. Surprising miss from that range.
Service over. 7-6.
Yeah, mistake from Intanon that gives the point back.
7-all.
The woman from Chinese Taipei. That was really good, because that wasn't anywhere near as easy as it looked. Backpedaling slightly off balance, still. Really fine shot. Just timing and placement, and both are too good for Intanon. Well, she did really well to stay in the point for as long as she did, TAI Tzu Ying. And one shot virtually blind, that one. That was a good get as well, but in the end, Intanon prevailed. So we're back Level at 8 all. Great point.
9, 8.
Not that that will be any consolation. For TAI Tzu Ying, not at all. Sensible lead, and she's fashioned a small advantage as they go for the interval. 11-8. Intanon is ahead. So Intanon starts well in the final little session of this Malaysia Masters final. Won the first set to 16. Didn't play well in the second, lost it to 14. There's a little cushion here, but points go very quickly, especially when you're playing the world number one. It's landed plumb on the line, I think. You can see where the shuttles finish. Well, just inside the line, in fact. Will it settle on the line? What a lovely silky touch that was, which Intanon certainly didn't see coming. Suddenly the mistakes are coming from Intanon. Well, she needed that point badly just to arrest what was looking like a bit of a slide. Too strong again, TAI Tzu Ying. And the longer the match has gone on, the better she's become, really. They can drop the opening game. Just inside the line. And she's back on terms, 14-all. And you have to think now, the momentum is with TAI Tzu Ying. I wonder, Intanon wants a little bit of a respite. She's going to get admonished for it. In again, by a distance too. All of a sudden she's looking very ragged. I think that TAI Tzu Ying is starting to sense it as well. Oh, that's a very wild one. so many unforced errors in this third game. Can't be surprised by the scoreline. Inspiration needed now big time by Intanon, if she's going to wrestle control away from the world #1 in this deciding game. And she's running out of time. Can't believe it. She lost it in the lights, maybe. Oh no. Still has a 2-point lead. 3 more required. Pulled that out from somewhere. She has to work so hard to win a point, and then goes long with a routine shot, and now warning signs flashing very brightly. Amazing what happens in these kind of moments in matches. Lets it go. It's on the inside of the line. There you go. In fact, just inside it. So not even that close, relatively speaking. There's just instinct. You want to fall over the line rather than charge over it. If you can, it's easier. Let the umpire, the line judge, make the call, but got that one wrong. Still right in the melting pot, this. 18-19. Well, it wasn't the best serve. Somehow she managed to recover. What a women's final. Would you believe it? Of all the times to do that. And it sets up a championship point for TAI Tzu Ying. Still a buzz goes round the arena. It's out. Crazy this game sometimes. 20 all, got to win by 2, of course. Finds the line. No, she doesn't. She's challenging. Got to there. Well, I think it's close. This is massive. A second championship point for TAI Tzu Ying. Interesting again. Almost a carbon copy of what happened on the previous championship point. And now, a first championship point for Intanon. It's a bit quick, that, wasn't it? She snatched a little bit. The top of this all move over to Intanon's side of the court. I love the way they do that. Sinks to her knees in disappointment. This may have some way to run. Thinking, why couldn't I have done that on the last point? But she gets another chance. And hit the body of TAI Tzu Ying. Now remember, she saved 2 championship points. Intanon, she's had 1 of her own. Now she has a second chance. And that will do. An error from TAI Tzu Ying. And it's a massive moment for Ratchanok INTANON, who wins 24-22 in the third game. She looked at times down and out. She was, I'm sure she'll admit later, pretty poor in the second game, having been excellent in the first. And just when it looked like TAI Tzu Ying was going to take control, she saves a couple of championship points and then wins it on the second of her own. Full there with the serve. And it's a big, big title as she's taken down the world #1. Player and coach, understandably elated. I think the crowd were just about equal in their support for each woman, actually. She's getting a great hand as she walks across towards the presentation area. And she wins 21-16, 14-21, 24-22. In just around an hour and 5 minutes play.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony.
So here we go then with the podium presentation for the women's singles. And I have the president of the Malaysia Badminton Association presenting these awards.
And now,
prize presentation for the women's singles. With great pleasure, we now invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Muhammad Norzah Zakaria, President Badminton Association of Malaysia, to give away the medals and bouquet to the both runners-up and champion, accompanied by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Alex Ong, Managing Director Far East Victor Limited, to give away the mock check to the winners.
So, a result that you had to say looked unlikely at certain points
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the match. Wait for
runners-up,
it.
women's single, TAI Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei.
Runner-up for a very, very popular player. She's still going to be world number one,
Will receive medal,
as she has been for well over a year.
$13,300 US.
There's that nice check. Just under $13,500.
Champion, women's single, Ratchanok INTANON, Thailand.
And it is individual title number 18. He starts 2018 off in the best possible way for Ratchanok INTANON. She'll get a check for nearly $28,000. So we've had 4 of our 5 finals coming up. It's the men's doubles and the local hopes. Govi Shem and Tan Wei Kiong take on the Indonesian pair Alfian and Ardianto. Join us again in a moment.